What non-sexual thing are you AST for? Someone playing with my hair. In a perfectly platonic way. Just their fingers on my scalp and running through my hair. It's so relaxing. Same. My ex always did this for me and I swear on my life I never, not even once, thought about walking away or moving and ending it. I always 100% froze in place if she ever rubbed my scalp and hair because I never took it for granted. Once we parked and were about to get out of the car and she touched the back of my neck and I stopped exiting the car and sat there still and she said, "Wow. You never pass up cuddles." Lol. Unfortunately, she and I had some much more important and deep issues in the relationship. I felt that. Sorry bro. Thanks man. We'll all find that lady for us. That gives back scratches and whatnot. Or basically just loves lol. Old maps. Oh my god. I love them. Don't know why. I do like history but I'm definitely not a history buff by any means. But old maps really do it for me. I'd love to get a super old globe and an 00000LD map of somewhere in Europe. Don't even care where. Just something old as FK with some classic bangin' mappy penmanship. Any human contact. Like being beaten on the street with tennis rackets? That's getting hit with a tennis racket. Not skin-to-skin contact you dummy. It'll do it for me though. Art supplies. Let me loose in a Blick store. And I will spend my life savings. I answered chocolate. But I think art supplies might be the right answer now. I just spent over $40 buying Prismacolors and Albrecht Dürer color pencils. Extra flaming hot Cheetos. Head scratches. Soft blankets, clothes. Book sales. Crab Rangoon. Especially if you're in a Himalayan country and your father needs to answer his phone. He wasn't your dad. He was your half-sister's dad. Your dad was a DK who sent your mom on an incredibly dangerous mission to spy on the dictator and then got violently angry when she slept with the guy, so she fled to the US with you and your sister. And your sister? Nope. Your dad snuck into the palace and murdered your sister. His full-blood, pagan's daughter. To let your mother know that he still held power in the now non-existent relationship. Then she went to his house at night and murdered him for killing her and pagan's daughter. Then she fled to America, not wanting to be part of the new Kirat that she had effectively caused by killing your father, the rebel leader. Edit. Mixed up which kids were from each dad. Also should mention that in this whole story, your mom, just like the 10 to 12-year-old girl that tells you about Kirat in various cutscenes, was the goddess reborn, or whatever it is that they worship. Let the priests feel up. Then marry off to the best warrior in the village as a traditional ceremony. So your mum was probably 11 or 12 when she married Mohan, who I think was like 19 or something. It's written somewhere in game. Can't remember where. And was trying to do the best for her kids and still probably wasn't even 15 when she fled to America. FD up story really. History and Excel pivot tables. OMG, I'm so glad that I'm not the only one who feels this way about Excel. Those spreadsheets can spread my sheets anytime. Truly my favorite of any spreadsheet application. I, too, find them sexy AF lol. Crab Rangoon. P.O. ta toes. Boil em. Mash em up. Stick em up my ass. R, yes no. Beer. Unpacking the things you love that you just bought. Beating someone in a video game by using a non-orthodox strategy, build. What's the point of winning if you don't do it in the most ridiculous way possible? This is how I play MTG Arena. If it's meta, it's boring AF. Mac and cheese. Clean sheets FK me up. Clean sheets. FK me up. Now clean the sheets. Repeat. Being pet and petting people. It's something I love doing in a non-sexual way. Okay, this reminds me of 7th grade SX Ed. When our sex ed teacher was telling us girls that we are not animals. We don't need to be petted and boys shouldn't pet us. My first thought was, but suppose I want to be petted. But we are animals though. You and me. Baby. Ain't nothing but mammals. Sour cream and onion chips. Books. Edit. Thank you. You, Witchy Pie, for the award. I love those. I just read A Scanner Darkly. Naps. Chocolate. Strawberries and French fries. The two foods where, if you gave me enough, I just may eat myself to death like a goldfish. Love me some GN French fries. What's your favorite brand, place to get them? Any place with thick fries. Steak fries or waffle fries. There's a deli near me called Aviation that serves a ton of crinkle-cut fries. Some good bars too and food trucks by all the local breweries. Mission Barbecue in Maryland. When it comes to major chains, the only type one don't like is Steak and Shake. Their fries are so thin they go cold in minutes before you can eat them all. I am more partial to the thin fry because I like meat crisp, but I am 100% there with you on the waffle fries. HL yeah. That sounds DN good. And DN now I want fries lol. Chocolate chip cookies. Resting, having people rest on me. Not only does it feel really nice and comfortable, but the thought of someone trusting you enough to rest on your shoulder or lap is really endearing to me. Coffee. Espresso. Travago. aka Nectar of the Gods. Dogs. I cannot get enough and just want all of the pup snuggles and cuddles. Nothing makes me happier than when a dog chooses to sit with me and give me attention. Dreams. I love dreaming. I don't care what kind. I just want to wake up and think greater than, man, that was a nice effing dream, less than, and then write them down to remember the crazy st that went down in my head. Nightmares don't exist for me. Every dream is a joy. Petting cats. Anything to do with cats. I love cats. Quarantine has been okay for me because cats. The rescue where I volunteer stopped doing adoptions till further notice, so I have my own crew plus fosters for a total of 10. Water. I guess you could call me a H2O. Thoughtfulness. I had an ex that brought over straws and coffee creamer once because she noticed I was almost out of both. Years later it's that kind of thing I remember instead of the ugly parts. Nachos. Although they're arguably sexual. MMHM yes. Those naughty nachos. Nachos. You know what's even better than nachos with corn chips? Nachos with freshly made flour tortilla chips. Dr. Pepper. Cuddles. Hugs. Affection in general. Attention and good social contact. All because I never get any of those. Basically, I haven't hugged anyone since months and I haven't really ever cuddled in my life. Well, maybe as a little kid, but I'm just a lonely FK in general. Edit. As it'd take quite long to reply to every single comment separately. Thank you for your words. And yes, I'd wish I could hug you too really. But I doubt I live anywhere near any of you and stuff. I haven't hugged anyone in months either. Like many. I lost count. Did I even get a hug this year? IDK. Yeah, neither. When I have had a hug in the past it feels super foreign and I awkward out. Coronavirus be like that though. Light. Deliberate. Skin-to-skin contact. Brush my arm. Pat my head. Touch my fingertips with yours. Kiss my cheek during a hug. Etc. Romantic partners and friends are both allowed to do this to me. If you make a habit of doing these things to me, welp, looks like you've just acquired yourself a puppy LMAO. Little strokes on the back of the hand melt me. It always shocks me when people touch me. That sounds pretty virgin, but I think it's pretty rare in Western society. I think, especially in the US, touch is considered intimate to the point that any incidental touching is frowned upon. Meanwhile, in many cultures, A mutual kiss on the cheek is like the barest greeting between friends lol. Bread. Any type. Not fussed. Even cheap nasty white sliced CP can be delightful when toasted and slathered in butter. The things I wouldn't do for warm rosemary focaccia. Or fresh baguette. Or black olive batons. Seeded rolls. Ciabatta. Damn it, I've made myself hungry. Bread week on Bake Off is basically PN. Wingstop. Cheese. How's the situation there in Wisconsin? Never been. We make our own cheese in Canada. There's a place in Quebec just past the New Brunswick border on the Trans-Canada Highway. A little farm with a cheese store. Fromagerie Le Detour. If you're ever near there, check it out. Lots of local stuff. Cow, sheep, and goat cheeses. Fresh butter, ice cream, etc. Worth a stop. Being a healer, support in MMOs. Non-sexual. You literal ST. This is a Christian website. How dare you even suggest this? Yeah, take my AOE heal daddy. Oh yeah. Leave the tank alone and heal my squishy DP ass. Pizza rolls. Eggnog. Warmth. My favorite thing in the summer is getting into a hot car because I like the dry heat. I love the heat. I always have a heater in my room put on full blast. Don't your BS stick to your leg? If I had BS they would, but I do not have any female sign. Sorry for your loss. Cookie dough ice cream. Knowledge. It's power. France is bacon. Agreed. Bacon. Chocolate and cough. Also. Presented to you by my barely awake brain at 3 a.m. Chocolate cough. Music at very high volumes. Pizza. This needs to be so much higher. It's got everything. Cheese. Bread. And literally whatever toppings you could want. It's like a sandwich but with better ratios. I'm also a cheese st less than. Less than. Candy. Back scratches. I am a freaking hoe for back scratches. I don't care who is giving them. So long as they don't stop. Turns me into putty every time. My brain just melts. I may or may not have traded oral for pre-bedtime back scratches in the past. That's the best part of having INSA. You can bribe them for back rubs and scratches. I just get a half-arsed roll over and a grumbled, scratch my back. School supplies. This sounds weird, but when I see all the new books, paper, pencils, etc., I just love it. And I also love having new school supplies. It's very weird. Fried chicken. Sushi. I like my SX like I like my sushi. Spicy and raw. I like my SX like I like my sushi. Spicy with mayonnaise. Garlic naan. Get inside me, you warm, flat, soft piece of heaven. Bring your friends. I can take you all. Cheeseburgers. Head pats. And forehead kisses. They go hand in hand for me. I am convinced these two comments were written by dogs. Or manga heroines. Back rubs. You start to rub my back and you can steal my wallet for all I care. I'll spread my legs open for sushi. How about some fried chicken? I would open up my legs for that too. That sounds mildly uncomfortable. Accelerating my car with full throttle. The best thing about my 2000 Corolla is that I can floor it from stop signs for a solid 20 seconds and still be within the speed limit of a school zone. It's very satisfying. Car. Starting from a stop. Gas pedal to the floor. ERRRRRRRRRRRRRRZZOOOOOM. Passenger. Oh God, what are we doing? Me. 26 miles per hour. It's genuinely a lot of fun. It's more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. If you ain't banging it off 9. Are you even living? A good FG burrito. Man. Alex Trebek viciously dragging Jeopardy contestants. Sploosh. Losers. In other words. Quote. Saw that yesterday. Completely taken aback. Very savage. He is so subtle. You don't realize how often he mocks contestants. Know how he talks to each contestant after commercial breaks. Getting some personal info from them. Well, it is often some anecdote. Based on some life experience or hobby they have. When he is unimpressed, he says good for you. Pay attention, and you'll realize how often he actually says that. He really does see a fair number boring no-life nerds. And he knows it. And he's clever enough to point it out without being blatantly obvious. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.